Hey everybody, Mumford and Kid here coming to you again. How's everybody doing out there? Back again for some recap slash reviews. We'll kick it off, of course, with Green Lantern, the animated series. I want to let me just personally say this right now, guys. After watching this episode, I want to give the people of Cartoon Network a swift, good kick in the head for canceling this show, pretty much. I just want to give them a Orinagi thrust kick, pretty much, and cut the flow of blood to their brains and realize that they're making a big mistake. But my sensei wouldn't let me do that, and she would be really disappointed if I did. But anyway, let's get to the recap. All right, this episode is entitled "Love is a Battlefield." Yeah, this is a very, very good episode. I'm not even gonna lie about this. Another good episode that once again you just watch this in bittersweet because now these episodes are getting so intense. So pretty much, basically, let's put it like this: the now emotionless Aya basically invades Zemaron, where the Star Sapphires are located, and she brings her army of manhunters there, and the warrior women of the Star Sapphire Corps, they do their best to take out the manhunters. They're doing a very good job, including the queen, Agapo. She pretty much is she really does her thing in this episode, really. And Gita actually fights back as well with the power of love. However, meanwhile in space, guys, Kilowog points out that Aya was really good at doing the navigating system, and without her, they may never not be able to locate her. Razor is really optimistic about it, but still, in my mind, every time I look at Razor and look at what happened to Aya, who is completely now blue and black, basically, I look at him like, look what you did, look what you did, look what you did, once again. And he still thinks she can be saved. Aya pretty much, they go back to planet Zemaron, and basically Aya confronts Agapo and pretty much explains to her that emotion that powers them, love, is useless, and it's destructive and things like that. And she's telling them that she's gonna wipe out, she's gonna eradicate what love is and everything like that. However, Queen Agapo tries to explain to her the positive sides of of love, but is like, what, screw your talk, continues to argue against love, and that angers Agapo. So when Agapo attacks her, Aya is too powerful now. She just really overpowered Queen and blasts her with her antimatter abilities, and the Queen is badly injured. But Gita pleads with Aya to pretty much allow her to get medical attention, and Aya allows her, but states that it's nothing for love. It's basically like, I don't care. It's still, I don't care. However, back on the Interceptor, Hal decides to tell the gang, we're gonna warp jump to Oa so they can locate Aya. However, Kilowog's really nervous about that because of the fact that it's too risky without navigation computer, and Razor once again states that we have to do it no matter what because Aya is too dangerous now. We don't know what she's gonna do, and that's pretty much the basis of there. And back and forth on back on the Zemaron, Gita is trying to explain to Aya, like, look, love is it brings peace. It's going to bring peace to the universe, everything like that. And Aya is Miss Cold Hearted as she is like, I'm not listening to you. And she says it does bring nothing but pain. And even at one point, Aya even asks Gita who she loves. And Gita reveals who she loves. She loves Hal. And then it was, but unfortunately, Hal loves another. Because even after that, Aya even said it, but who does Hal love? And she was like, she loves another. He loves another. And it kind of gave Aya like, yeah, I won you up, see? And Aya's like, you see, there's proof right there that my argument is true. And Gita's still having trouble to believe that. And that's pretty much so she Aya kind of gets, Gita starts telling Aya like, look, that's not how I was taught about love. And so Aya's like, okay, then I'm bring the teacher that taught you this. And Gita tells her that she's too far away and it won't. And somehow Aya's able to use the power of the Star Sapphire to teleport the teacher who taught her that, and that being Carol Ferris. Carol comes out of the portal and pretty much looks like she was at a buffet, and she's like, oh no, not again, when she sees exactly where she's at. And that's pretty much because how now, for some people might be asking, how did that happen? She pretty much grabs Gita and appears to drain the information out of Gita's brain to how to use it. And that was pretty much how it was crazy how she did that. I was like, geez, how cold-hearted has you gotten, Aya? So pretty much now it's up to Carol to figure out how to convince Aya that she should not destroy Zamaron and the Star Sapphires. So pretty much, Carol has to convince Aya, basically that love is good, because when she's looking at Aya, she's like stumbling her words trying to explain it to her, because all this pressure's now put on her. And Aya's like, love leads to hate and everything like that. But Carol says no matter what, she could, it's love is a battlefield. She basically recites the title. And then she goes on to talk about, then, what about Hal and everything like that? You hate Hal. And she says no matter what Hal puts her through, that she'll always love. She still loves him, and she'll always will. There'll always be a place in her heart for him. And Aya asks if she thinks love is stronger than hate, and Carol says, of course, causing Aya to formulate a plan. And basically, what it is makes love and hate fight to the death, pretty much. And we figure out what that means right before Hal and them take off, warp speed off, and they nearly crash into a star, which is kind of sick. So once again, Aya pretty much uses the teleportation crystals, this time to summons the dethroned Red Lantern leader, Atrocitus. So this was like the first time we've seen Atrocitus since his defeat. And Gita begs Aya to let her fight Atrocitus instead of Carol. And Carol is given basically gives her her ring again, her Starfire ring, and basically let's face it, Carol's not really up to snuff of fighting Atrocitus. And then pretty much Aya is given Atrocitus like saying basically, look, if I'll give you your ring, if you defeat the enemy, the lover of your enemy, then I'll let you free. And it's like, Jesus, Aya, how cold have you gotten? And pretty much, like I said, the Interceptor did the ultimate warp drive, and they nearly was on the surface of a sun or a star, pretty much, and they had to get out of it. And we go back to the battle with Carol and Atrocitus, and Carol's just really just fighting for her life, guys. She's really sincerely just really getting beaten badly by Atrocitus. I mean, Atrocitus is kicking her, punching her. It's like, and they're actually showing this. It's like, man, he doesn't care. And you know, unfortunately, Carol remembers that, what's the power of, the Star Sapphire. So she tells her ring, bring her the one who loves her. And pretty much on the interceptor, we see the violet glow, and turns around. Hal looks around, and he sees Carol, and he pretty much getting beaten by Atrocitus, and he just fly. He has no hesitation. He just flies, leaps through the portal, and leaves Razor and Kilowog behind. And he arrives just in time to give Kilowog one good punch and send Atrocitus flying. And and pretty much Razor points out that, basically to Kilowog, that the eye is on Zemaron, but we have to do another ultimate warp jump. But and pretty much this time, Kilowog's just like, let's do it. And there's just a big battle with Atrocitus and Hal. Gets really intense, and it's to the point this time around. In this battle, Hal seems to be really on his game in this fight. It's like really, Hal's bobbing and weaving. He's getting good shots in. Atrocitus gets good shots in once in a while. Blasts him and things like that. But Hal just keeps coming back. And at one point, it's Hal and Carol fighting together, and it was just like, okay, look at the teamwork. And pretty much, he is seriously, doing damage to this guy. They trade blows for a while, and unfortunately, Atrocitus blasts his Hal. Is about to blast when Atrocitus gets the upper hand on him. He's about to hit him with, like, his napalm fire, and Gita jumps in the way of it, and she gets burnt with it, and that burnt just fuels Hal to a point. He makes fortified construct arms and just lets Atrocitus have it until pretty much Carol delivers like the final shot. She drops a mountain on top of him, and pretty much Hal scoops up Gita. Everybody's watching this. Even Queen Akapo, she comes back out, and she pretty much tells Aya, tells her, is that proof enough that love is, this and everything like that? Gita loved Hal so much she sacrificed herself to. But Aya, as cold-hearted as she is, is not convinced, and she strips Atrocitus of his ring and sends him back to where he came from. And she deduces that all life is pain, and pretty much she says she's going to wipe out all organic life. So now she's gone from just wanted to wipe out love to now she's become Ultron. Pretty much, she wants to wipe out all organic life. And Razor gets there, and he's pretty much is like, tells Aya, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? And Aya hesitates for a while, but then she pretty much she kind of decides not to. She just waits. She's gonna wipe out all life, like I said. And it was a sad episode, but afterwards, Queen Agapo thanks Carol and Hal for saving her planet, and Carol pretty much tells her, about, Gita was brave, and what she did. And unfortunately, Carol, instead of giving her ring back, she opts to keep her Star Sapphire ring just in case. Then she kisses Hal and goes back to Earth. And pretty much, that's how the episode ended, and she just says, I'll see you around the galaxy. And right there, guys, it just led you like, oh, look at that. A new scenario opened up where we could have probably seen Carol. We could have seen Carol basically become more of a Star Sapphire, but we'll never get to see it because the show's getting canceled. But other than that, guys, it was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. You tell me what you think about it as well. If you missed the episode, there'll be a link in the description as always. And basically, on to the next.